6 months ago, when they published the announcement trailer of the Devil May Cry anime, I made a video showing my hype and my concerns.
Expect a spanking from Daddy later. Just as gonna spank you on your butt.
What the hell is this?
And I was right for both. Spoiler-free review first. It is an 8 out of 10. If you're not a Devil May Cry fan, this is just a great anime. Peak animation, action in every episode, music was great, the soundtrack phenomenal, incredible plot. What more do you need? If you are a Devil May Cry fan, even more so. Plot-wise, it's a double-edged sword. It's both faithful and very unfaithful to the source material. But the amount of references in there, using music from the game, classic scenes that happened in some of the games, even references to different bosses that you fight in the games. And as the biggest Devil May Cry fan, self-proclaimed, I loved it. It was great. If you haven't played the games, go watch the anime and learn about Devil May Cry. It's great. And you will love it. So I was right about one thing. The CGI, till the day that I die, I will stand on the hill that CGI will never belong in anime. Hand-drawn animation will always be superior. Look at Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was great. A masterpiece if you would. But if you compare the animation from the later seasons done by MAPPA to the previous seasons done by which studio, where the Titans were hand-drawn versus MAPPA's version where the Titans were CGI, which studio has them in a chokehold? They do not compare. And for here, the animation gets weird. If there's bad CGI in an anime, even if the anime is the most well-drawn thing of all time, it will always lose points for me. That's just me. But it actually blows my mind that despite the bad CGI, every fight scene, every action sequence was fantastic. Somehow, they made Dante being hand-drawn, fighting the bosses who are CGI models. They made the fights look phenomenal. The choreography was great. I don't understand how they did that. And that's the reason why the fact that they're CGI, it didn't affect the grade for me, for the anime, that much. It lost a point for plot reasons, went to a 9, and it lost 1 point surprisingly because of the CGI, and it went to 8. It's an 8 out of 10. Okay, the plot. Although there are a lot of similarities to the video game's plot, it's its own story. It's completely different from what happened in the games. Me, I love to see adaptations of the source material. I don't like it when they stray away from the source material. But even though it's different, the plot was still so good and well written. I loved it. I don't even know. It was great. I'm running out of adjectives here. I'm gonna get into spoilers now. So be warned. This anime, season 1 so far, is Devil May Cry 3's plot with a lot of tweaks. So, bad guy with affiliations to the demon realm is collecting the keys to opening the portal to hell. The amulet Sparta gave to his wife. Force Edge, Sparta's sword, and the blood of Sparta to open the gates of hell and merge earth and hell for the sake of demon kind. So in that sense, it's very similar to the game. But in the game, it is not Rabbit Man who opens the gates of hell. It is Arkham, Mary Arkham's, or Lady's father. He sacrifices his wife to a demon to get demon powers. He lies to his daughter about the whole situation, and he collects the keys to open the gates of hell because he wants power. Dante and his brother Vergil team up and they stop him. In the anime, he injects himself with demon blood. He gets demon powers. He kills his wife and he dies to a house fire that his daughter started. So, it was great. It was. But if they had adapted the games, it would have been so much better. Yes, I like when they adapt the source material. It makes me sad when they don't. But even so, it was still written amazingly. The animation for this anime was done by the studio that made Legend of Korra. When I found that out, it scared me because what if the studio also affected the writing? Legend of Korra's writing is terrible. So that scared me. But the animation and the fights of Legend of Korra were outmatched. It was great. What can I say? Gotta give credit where credit is due. The animation was great, but the show sucked. Regardless, they did their thing and they smashed it. And then came the CGI. Look at this, bro. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to. It made me sad. It made me sad seeing this. Anyways, they killed Arkham. We didn't get to see Jester and, you know, I think they're cool characters, so damn it. Also, it was kind of annoying that although cool, referencing the bosses that Dante fights in the games, it's kind of annoying that in the games, he fights all these bosses in different eras of his life, whether he's 20, 30, 40, or 50. But in this anime, he just fights them all like in his 20s. You know, for example, it takes an 50-year-old experienced Dante to beat Cavalier. But here, although a tough battle, he friggin', I don't know. It felt too early to see these guys. Besides that, it was cool. It was kind of annoying that lady was just saying fuck in every single sentence without missing a beat. I guess it showed how cool and badass she was. All right. Another thing that pissed me off was how they said Mundus, bro. His name is Mundus. It's not Mundus. Why are we saying Mundus? Please. It's Ang all over again.
My name is Ang, and I'm the Avatar.
His name is Aang. Please, please. Besides that, the original characters, like Rabbit Man, amazing character. Amazing. Great backstory. He was so good. He was so good. Anyways, another thing that pissed me off was how they did Vergil. Vergil, again, they did him justice. Great. He is the storm after all. He was so good. Every moment with him in it felt right. My problem is the way the plot was moving forward. The whole Neo Angelo thing. It starts in Devil May Cry 3, which is the prequel game, and ends in Devil May Cry 1, which is the sequel game. In game canon, after Dante and Vergil's very dark backstory, which they kept true to it seems like, in the anime, which was cool, Dante and Vergil get separated, but they both survive. Vergil hates his dad for abandoning them. Dante doesn't really care. He kills demons because they're bad, and because the demons killed his mom. But he knows Vergil's alive. They duke it out, and Vergil ends up being trapped in hell. Mundus, who is Satan, pretty much, the king of hell, the strongest demon, tortures and corrupts Vergil, and he becomes Neo Angelo, big bad demonic version of himself. He comes back to fight Dante. Dante beats him. He survives. He comes back. They duke it out again. All that good stuff that goes on in the games, right? But Vergil's Neo Angelo arc, I love that arc. It's so great. It's cool, badass, edgy, dark. It's so good. What they did here, they pretty much said that Dante's family was killed. Vergil somehow ends up in hell. My guess is that when the demons attacked Vergil as a kid, they took him, perhaps because they knew he was Sparta's son. They took him to hell, and Mundus turned him into Neo Angelo, and he was raised in hell. I get that. That's also pretty cool and dark. I like it. But I just would have preferred if it happened the way it happened in the freaking games, you know? It also pissed me off that he gets his form back. His human form. He gets it back. My guess is that he wasn't actually Neo Angelo in the anime. That was actually just his devil trigger, and he turned it off at that time. I don't know, or maybe he can go from Neo Angelo to himself. But that did piss me off. What can I say? I know on paper it sounds stupid, but if you play the games, you know that it's not. You know that it's cool, it's edgy, it's badass, it's dark, it's cool, it's great. Like I said, I'm running out of adjectives here, bro. What more can I say? Does this mean we might not get Urizen or V? Contrary to how bad V's gameplay was, I think V is a cool character. Story-wise, I don't know. That would be cool. And then the whole Urizen fight, and then V and Urizen combine, and then it's another Vergil Dante fight, and then another thing that I didn't really like. Again, I liked the portrayal of it in the anime, but the devil trigger, another CGI bullshit, but the way he gets it as well. In the game's canon, when Sparta had his sons, Dante and Vergil, he also created a sword for each of them, Dante getting the sword Rebellion, which has the power of union, with Vergil getting the sword Yamato, which has the power of division. The way Dante unlocks Devil Trigger, tapping into his demon side to get extra special powers. In the games, it's when he fights Vergil, and Vergil disarms him and uses his own sword against him. He stabs Dante with Rebellion. Same for Vergil. He unlocked Devil Trigger when he was a kid, and the demons disarmed him and stabbed him with his own sword Yamato. In the anime, Dante unlocks the Devil Trigger when Agni cuts him with Rebellion, which, okay, it's not a stab, but it's a cut. At first I liked it because, again, not a stab, it was a cut. He only got like a devil trigger arm, and I was fine with that. Would have been cool if maybe he unlocks the full thing when getting stabbed, but no, later on he gets angry and he unlocks the full thing. I'm gonna keep saying this. The original way the plot is written in the anime is great. I just would have preferred if it was adapted like the source material, because it is so much better. Perhaps it'll pave the way for getting to know what exactly Rebellion and Yamato can do. Maybe we'll see Vergil getting stabbed as a kid. That sounds morbid. You know, I don't know. I guess we didn't get Vergil's side of the backstory, so we still might get some answers on that. I don't know. One thing Dante is known for is beating enemies and turning them into weapons to use to beat other enemies. They did it a few times here. One time that stands out, which was awesome. I just wish they did it a bit more, but it was so good, bro. What a reference, man. Another plot point that was great, and this one's a mega spoiler, so yeah. As a Devil May Cry fan, one thing you never think about, what if there's more good demons besides Sparta and his sons? They always talked about in the plot that in hell there's always a power struggle with demons. The strongest is on top, they challenge each other and whatnot. In here they talk about, what about the ones who are weak and can't do anything? Well, they try to live peaceful lives, they have families and whatnot. They get caught in the crossfire by the power struggle. They try to escape to Earth, but they get killed off because they're demons. That's so good, bro. It's so good. You never think about this stuff as a Devil May Cry fan, because all you do is play this badass, edgy motherfucker who kills demons. Nothing more. Anyway, that's all I had to say. The anime was phenomenal. It was so good and worth the wait. My problem is the CGI sucks and it was not adapted the way it was in the source material. If you forget about that, the actual story that they rewrote for the anime is actually great. It's so good. And even though there's bad CGI, they still killed it with the choreography, the action scenes, and the animation. So if you're a Devil May Cry fan, watch it. It'll be worth your while. If you're not a Devil May Cry fan, watch it. It'll be worth your while. And also subscribe to my channel because it'll be worth your while. Okay, anyways, goodbye. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye.